Hello everyone and welcome back to Patty's Hobby World. I started this maybe a day ago. Um, Coloring with Candace wanted me to do this page. Was purchased out of the Estes and it's favorreads.club. So I started. This is a lot of work, so we'll do a little bit more today and we'll uh, we'll finish her up. Okay, please stop by Coloring with Candace. And also Kimberly Pinkney. I guess she's a graphic artist, and she does amazing work. Candace turned me on to her, so um, I'm going to work on the flowers today, a little bit more on the flowers. So let's scroll it a little bit, since we don't need the whole image. So we're going to be kind of like right up here. Okay. Yeah, I think the kimono is going to be, I'm going to do the kimono a bright orange. Now these are cherry blossoms, so we want to keep some of the white. So we're just going to play around these, try to keep the I figured I'd work on it a little bit. So I'm still seeing leaves that still need to be colored in. The sun is out. It was a little windy last night. I'm trying to be random here because I want to make sure that we can get as much visual. I don't want to be too consistent. So she's getting. I don't want every flower to be perfectly the same. I actually have a cherry blossom in my yard, in my front yard. It takes a lot to be able to have a cherry blossom to bloom. Good soil, fertilizer, I mean, lots and lots and lots of water. I mean, we're talking about lots of water. Because as you know, flowers need lots of water. And the best water is rainwater. And then I get a beautiful green tree afterwards. After they bloom, they becomes a beautiful tree. So, now that's going to be beautiful once we do the turquoise. background. Once we get this all colored in, it'll stand out a lot more. So, all right, did I miss any flowers? I think I got them all. So I'm just basically using these three colors right here. These three. And I will use these down here as well. But these will be darker. A darker pink. I'll probably use this and that down at the bottom. But we'll get there in just a second. Where is I? See, now I can't find them. Oh, there it is. I see it now. There's these two of them right here. Every once in a while, I'll just do a little bit of highlighting on some of these leaves to create a little bit of texture. And I'll leave it alone. Okay, so there you have it. So those are going to be pretty when they're done. Let me go down here and see those two little flowers down there. Let me see if I can scroll in. I'm using marker. Right there, those three right there. Oh yeah, that's good. Move all this stuff up. And you start pulling stuff out of trays. And I've got trays everywhere. It's drying out, as you can see, but it's okay. It's going to create a nice effect. Oh, that was quick. Let's do this one. This one may be too dark. Yeah, no, let's get a little lighter. Pretty, right? There. We'll leave the white in the middle. So let's go to the other side and, oh wait, there's one here. Did you see that one? Boom. So let's get that one. Let's make this one a little darker. Let's do it below here. I use these markers until they do not produce any color anymore. Oops, almost made a mistake there. Yeah. That was pretty. All right, so let's go to the other side. Where are they? There they are. So we got this little group here. Let's make these little group, get these a little darker. Uh-oh, I think it's time. trying to figure out. Now, if you notice, I've been whiting out some of these lines. If I can't make a correlation to something that's like over here, I whited it out. I'll bring you back up to the top where I whited out underneath her chin, and I whited out part of her, some part of the kimono that just didn't look right. Visually. Okay. I'm going to go for the darker one right here. Now I can put a little red in there, but I don't want to. Because once the background gets colored, these are going to pop out really nice. So let's just keep it like this. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, and now I don't know what this stuff is right here. I'm thinking that it's probably petals, but because they don't look logical to me, I am going to white them out. And I thought maybe they were, leaves, but I have to let it dry and then come back. It just has to dry now. Because I did it in several sections. I don't know if you, sometimes I just don't, yeah. So, but then it kind of really makes the flowers look a lot better. This little mumbo jumbo right here. I'm thinking it was the leaves, these leaves, but there was just too much there. Just too much there. Okay. I'm going to use some of my, my white out. There. Okay, so that looks a little bit visually better for me. Oh, I'm sorry, there we go. So I kind of whited out this area right here that had these markings. And then over here there was lines, like just squiggly lines coming down. And I didn't know what to do with it, so I just whited it out. And then up here, under her chin, there was these lines. And I'm like, okay, I don't understand why those lines. So I whited it out, which will give her, her face just stands out much better. Now these are the mountains. So we'll do with the mountains and the landscape coming all the way back down this way, as you can see. And then the ground. Let me zoom out just a little bit so I'm not. Yeah, back out. And then we'll do the ground, and then work on everything else. But the kimono is going to be orange. So. Let me put my little thing back on. So the kimono will be orange. So I guess we can work on that for a few minutes. Let me get it right in there, and we'll do a little bit on the kimono. Now the banding of her kimono. you know, where her hand is and her shoulder. I mean her, yeah, her shoulder is. I did purple, so I'm hoping that you can see that that's purple. Okay, I need orange, but I need a lot of orange, so we're not going to use any pin. Let's get these away. And let's get the alcohol marker out. So we've got this, it's like a peachy orange. And then we have the alcohol, we have this. Okay, so let's get our swatch out. Because I want to check. This is going to be dark, but we want it dark. I just want to make sure it's a good orange. And here's a... You know, let me get that right. You know, I think I like that one better. And then we'll highlight or shade with the darker one. I always want to go light first. Okay, so these are the two that'll go here. All right. So we'll do the first. And this one is the Master's Touch. What is that? Marigold. I thought it was a peach. And the other one is vermilion. Just love the way they Okay, so what we got to do is just make sure we kind of avoid everything. And stay very light. You don't have to do any pressure. Just move that tip just across the paper. Okay, and just keep, this will take a few minutes. And the purple against the orange looks good. I'm just imagining the turquoise sky behind all this. It's going to be quite nice. All right, guys. So there, that's what it's going to look like. And then, of course, the flowers are going to be. Let's scroll in. Let's get her in right there. Let's move her over just a little bit so we can get some of the flowers. How about that? Boom. So we'll do the rest orange, and then we'll get in there and do the flowers and the leaves. And that'll really set this thing off. And then I'll do the ground, and then we'll start with the turquoise sky, because I think the turquoise sky is just going to really nail it. All right, so I think that's a pretty shot right there. I'm going to have to use that for my thumbnail. And yes, I kept her face white. Yeah, I kept her face white. There she is. So she's going to be pretty. Candace, I hope you like it. Coloring with Candace. Go check out her channel, Coloring with Candace with a C. And she turned me on to Kimberly Pinkney, who's a graphic artist, I guess. She does some grazing. You can watch how she draws. It's amazing. So check those two channels out. And we'll see you back here in a little bit. As always, stay inspired and color color, color.